Hello, welcome to Should I Buy This Game featuring Pixies. My name is Christine, and in this video I'll give you an overview of how the game is played and then share some final thoughts on the game to help you decide if you want to add Pixies to your collection. This is the game Pixies. It is for 2 to 5 players and plays in about 30 minutes. This is brought to you by the company Bombex that made Sea Salt and Paper. So we have a deck of cards, and you don't start with any cards in your hand. What you want to do is lay out the number of cards per player. However, I'm going to do a 2-player game, and when you do a 2-player game, you lay out 4 cards. So you just turn over 4 cards. So in a 2-player game, what you do is one person will take a card, then the other, and then you rotate. And then in the next round, whoever went first, whoever took the last card will take the first card. So here we have some cards. And what we're looking at are the numbers, because we're making a tableau from 1 to 9. And you see they have different colors or also shapes. X's means that you will lose some points. And this card here is a wild card. So it can be any of the colors. So on your turn, all you're doing is taking a card. I'm going to take the wild card. And I'm going to put it where number 7 would be in my tableau, which would be down there. Then the next person's going to take a card. I'll just remove one. And then maybe we'll go for a number 8. And then they'll take that card. So now we deal out 4 more cards. Now the other person started, so maybe they'll take the 1. So now you have to decide, what are we going to do here? Because you're trying to also get the same grouping of colors. I think I'll take the 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It goes there. Then they could take this. So then I'm left with the 4. Oh, sorry, the 4 goes here. So now it's my turn to pick first again. And I think I'm going to pick the 9. Put it down there. Then they were working on 1s. So I have my 6s here. And so this 6 has 1 X, whereas this 6 has 4. However, down here my 5 is green. So even though I have the 4 X's, maybe I still want to go with that one to try to get maybe some bonuses. So I'm going to put out some more cards. And so I think the other player was going first. So I'm going to have them take this card. So what happens is we want to, it's called validating a card. So I have an 8 in my hand, and I'm going to take another 8. Now, here I have a yellow, so I'm thinking I might give up on the red. So you have your choice which card you want up. Now, I know this one has an X. However, I might be able to gain a bonus later. So what you want to do is turn one of the cards over, and then this one goes on top. And now that card is validated, which means I will earn 8 points when I'm scoring because I was able to validate the card. So that's another way that you score a lot of points. So maybe they'll take this, and I'm given the 3. So in this case, I might want to take this 9. Now I'm not going to, well, I could do the points because I've got some greens going on. It's hard to say here. However, there's a lot of negatives. I think I'm going to just stick with this, not take the X's, and just so I can get my card validated. So that's now worth 9 points. So then if they take this card, I can now switch out my 6s. This one has a little swirl, which gains me a point instead of this one where I lose points. So I'm going to do that. It's validated, plus I have a swirl now, so I will gain some points. And they'll take that one. So in this case now, I've already validated my 6, so I know I don't want that. So maybe I will take the 5. Now here I get, with this 5, I'm getting 1 point per green card. But if I do this, I'm going to get maybe a couple points for that, but it has the X's. So this is where you're trying to decide. I think I'm going to stick with the bonus and validate this card. So now I have a card where I've already validated. So what I need to do is just put it upside down. And I'm getting close to finishing the round because once I have a card here, then the round is over. Unless, of course, my opponent did it first. So I think I'm going to validate my 7. I'm going to take that. I'm going to take this 2 so it can get validated, and that. So we still have one more chance. Let's see what happens. So I have all these numbers already validated, so it's come to complete my game. It doesn't matter which one I pick. It's just going to be going upside down anyway, and my tableau is done. My opponent will take one more card as well, and that will be the end of this round. And now it is time to score. The first thing we score are the validated cards, and that's the card that has a card underneath it. When you add up all the cards, it's a total of 37 points. Next, we're looking at these spirals. I have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 spirals. And then this one is for every green card, I get a point. So I have 1, 2, and this card is all color, so I would get an additional 3 spirals. Now we have to look at the X's. I ended up with 1, 2, 3, so that would be -3 points. And then we're looking at our largest color field. And in this case, it would be the yellow with the wild card, because it can be any color. So I have a color field of 3. And in round 1, each of those cards are worth 2 points. In round 1, each are worth 2 points. In round 2, each is worth 3 points. And in round 3, each are worth 4 points. So it goes up. So right now, they were only 2 points each. So when I add all that up, I end up scoring 51 points for this round. But you play 2 more rounds, and it's the best score after 3 rounds. Overall, we really enjoy playing Pixies. We're always looking for different card games, and this one just has a nice light strategy. You're trying to decide, get the swirls. If you have X's, like earlier I had those big X's, is it worth keeping the X's for the color to score points, or did you have a bonus so you would score points anyway? And it's just that little light strategy. Another good thing is try to get the big numbers first. So if the second one comes up, you can validate them to get the bigger points. And then as you go up, the sets of cards are worth more and more points, making it a different strategy by round 3. Is it worth keeping the color versus the X's and all that? So there's still things to think about, especially when you don't know what cards you're going to get. And I really do love the art. All these little creatures were made with items from the forests, and they did an amazing job making all these little creatures and then photographing them. So they're really cute, and it's worth the game just for these cute little pieces of artwork. So as I said, overall, we were trying to think, is there anything we dislike about the game? Well, of course, we dislike getting cards with X's, but that's just part of the game. So you can't really say that as a negative. So there isn't too much to dislike if you're looking for a fun little tableau building game. As I said, it's 3 rounds and we'll play in about half an hour. So let me know if you have played Pixies and what you think of the game.